Come through.
Police Officer Poli is here. Let me be your escort.
That's a sign of the police. Whoa. It really feels like an action movie. It was 2 weeks ago? A D-Wave triggered by an entity codenamed Gatekeeper. Every time it's Gatekeeper, bro. Why was I notified immediately? You have to confirm some things? That sound like some bullshit. The D-Wave wasn't detected on the surface this time? Oh, it came from inside the art? What? You're presently picking up D-Wave signals from a mansion located in the Outer Rim? Have I ever heard of the Torch of Salvation? I've heard of it before when I was working on a case helping that girl Deipara search for her mother. Are they the cult that worships raptors as God? Anderson hands me a document. The document reads, "The human life falls into oblivion, throwing the world into turmoil. A new life has been created, a cruel distortion of all things sacred. Merciless judges descend from the skies. Do not resist with thy feeble human strength. The end is nigh. God, guide these foolish mortals to their reckoning." We recovered this near the mansion where the D-Wave was detected. That mansion has been identified as a gathering site for the Torch of Salvation. You want me to go undercover? That's why I don't fuck with Anderson, bro. He does not care about it. He sees us as disposable. He's surprised every time we survive. Where? This is a new location. Outer Rim? I'm rolling with the police. My nose burns. I glance at the mirror to see blood flowing, just like the people I saw near the altar back then. Drip, 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 whoosh. Blood fills the sink? The blood that filled the sink has completely vanished. I glance back into the mirror again. You all are the backup Anderson was talking about? Now tell me, what exactly is happening in the arc? As the question hangs in the air, my eyes remain fixed on the last page of the document. Case number 9, Poli. Central government's trying to keep it hush-hush. But as I've just seen, there's been a string of disappearances inside the arc. The missing persons are all of different ages, genders, and backgrounds. Case slides a document toward me, Elseria 9, number 8. According to the central government records, Deipara's mother, Elseria 9, was involved with a cult called the Torch of Salvation. Poses a married couple who have been brainwashed by the cult, and what is she doing? Solo? Annette works as a nurse. On the other hand, her husband? Speaking of which, what alias should I use this time? William, I believe you should be able to come up with something on your own. Her husband, William, is a researcher at a pharmaceutical company. Nothing out of the ordinary? That makes this even more suspicious. She has changed back to her usual fit. Nothing else to learn here? Head back to the mansion. Target located. Oh, keep up your end of the bargain? And I'll do the same. So Ada was following us?
My identity? Sorry, that's a secret.
Ada says pretty good. You brought an axe to a gun party? Want to see who's faster? Even with the axe blade resting against her throat, the woman remains utterly unperturbed. Instead, she merely flashes a calm and confident smile. It's the same for Dee. Even with a gun pointed at her head, she remains as composed as ever. At this rate, wait a minute. My name is Dragon. I'm here to investigate a missing persons case. I have reason to believe the Torch of Salvation might be involved. A missing persons case? What about it? I don't know why you're here, but we could be after the same thing here. Maybe we can cooperate. Glass shatters as something bursts through the window. Oh, on one rapture leg, it's the upper body of a mass-produced Nikke, fused to something. This is actually related to what's going on in the latest part of the chapters, isn't it? What the hell is that? Dee. Let's follow her. I'm surprised Dee didn't kill her, to be honest. I like how the aim is like the aim in the game when you use the grenade launcher in Resident Evil.
This ends here. Police Officer Poli is here. Let me be your escort. What a bunch of annoying bugs! Push it to the limit! 1 sec. I need you to take point for a moment.
Got it. GG.
We won! We actually won!
Miranda, I asked you not to be so surprised about a victory. Wow, are they worshipping rapture cores? We fled from the creature, making it up to the second floor of the mansion. Perhaps the stairs are too narrow as it doesn't seem able to follow us up here? What is that? A monstrous fusion of a rapture and a mass-produced Nikke. Even at a glance, it's clear that the two were forcefully stitched together. The hellish appearance of that thing was nightmare fuel. Suddenly, the woman reaches her hand out to me. Oh, tap. The woman ignores the axe point in her hand and gently brushes my back. With a calm smile, she raises both hands slightly. Name's Ada. She got out of Raccoon City, but then everything went blurry. Next thing she knows, the mansion appears. You haven't given me your name, by the way. It's D. D doesn't believe Ada. Ada, I got something to ask. You either have no clear memory of the circumstances that led you to this mansion, or you essentially blacked out and then find yourself here, almost as if you've been teleported. How did I know? It's not my first time dealing with the gatekeeper. She's a human from another world brought here by the D-Wave. You've been isekai'd. And if you want to go back, you need to wake up something called the gatekeeper. Yep, you seem awfully calm about this. It's 2 against 1. You've been teleported to a strange world and you just saw a nightmarish monster, yet you didn't even flinch. She's dealt with worse. Why is there evidence of the Umbrella Corporation here too? Ada points into the distance. In a space littered with long benches, an altar with the rapture core resting atop it stands at the far end. Strewn across the altar are sheets of paper marked with an umbrella symbol. T-Virus Experiment Report. Top secret. She's talking about the T-Virus and the G-Virus? Viruses. They're the names of viruses that spread throughout my world. The same viruses that drove Raccoon City towards utter destruction. What kind of virus could cause something like that? Put simply, they're viruses that can rewrite the genetic structure of living beings. They reduce intelligence and induce aggression. Those infected turn into mere living corpses. Yikes. On top of that, their physical abilities are greatly enhanced. Yep, it's Umbrella Corp. You never played Resident Evil D? Umbrella uses the viruses for bioweapon development, like the creature we saw on the first floor. A creature that seemed like a fusion between a rapture and a mass-produced Nikke? Wait, don't tell me. Is that involving the 4 beasts? Ada hands me another piece of paper. A short paragraph is scrawled across the top in red ink. He who imbibes the holy elixir of the judge shall shed the flesh of the sinner and be reborn as a greater being. Pain is but a prelude to transformation, and death the echo of new birth. Fear not, Neo-virus development complete. Lead the foolish humans inside the ark to their end. What? Just as I thought the virus was developed here? What? And now what happened in Raccoon City is about to happen here as well? D's reporting to the higher-ups. We have to seal off the outer rim immediately, or else there's a chance the virus gets spread. And if needed, we'll mobilize the Blaze Out Squad. Blaze Out? Think of them as ARC's epidemic countermeasure squad. Ada says, so now that your girlfriend's out of earshot, would you mind having a little chat? About what? Ada reaches into her coat and pulls out an old worn notebook. What's that? Some quality reading material you should check out. It's the cult leader's journal. I open it carefully, revealing the following text inside. Death is not the end. Death is purification. The purification of this world begins with death. The Merciless Judge descends. 3 dogs lunge towards them. Their eyes glow with a sinister red as if infected by something. Just as one of the largest ones opens his jaws.
It's hard to believe something like that could be enemies of humanity.
2 women appear from behind. One of them fires a launcher into the air, causing the dogs to flee into the distance. No dogs were harmed in the filming of this. It's Jill and Claire. How the heck did you get up here? Sounds crazy, but they don't know either. She was in a chopper getting evacuated from Raccoon City, and everything went blurry, and next thing you knew you were here. You too, she was trying to escape Raccoon City, and it went blurry. Before you knew it, you saw them being attacked, and you sprang into action. Salvation breakers. Ease me with the grenade. Start the battle.
Super cop.
Not bad. Claire wants to ask about if you've never heard of Raccoon City. She's guessing we never heard of Umbrella? The evil Umbrella Corporation? Those dogs we attacked to seem to be infected by a virus, and you think Umbrella might be up to no good here in the Ark as well? According to Jill, it's impossible to say for certain, but one thing's clear, something's definitely going on. So Quiry and Miranda, what brings them to the mansion? Miranda spilled the beans right away. They're here to find a colleague of theirs who's gone missing. Her name's Poli. A missing colleague? Yeah, she was conducting an investigation and went missing around this area, you both are free to go. But with Poli's disappearance and those dogs from earlier, it's rather dangerous, so they can escort them, but they saved you. Yeah, what about Quiry and Miranda? Right, they can even handle those dogs. Yeah, Jill's gonna carry you. Jill and Claire. And they want to investigate as well. Teaming up, there's gotta be a connection. Miranda points to the bulletin board on the wall. Looks like the annex was used as a dorm schedule. What kind of screwed up rule is that? What do they mean by ignoring each child year calling for help? Yeah, I saw that sign. A list of dorm rules and regulations. And isn't this? A notice stamp with the umbrella-shaped logo was posted up. Informed consent form for clinical trial. First goal, to identify those worthy of salvation on the day of judgment. Second procedure, participants shall receive the holy elixir of the judge through a purification ritual. The ritual will span 7 days. It cannot be halted or abandoned midway. During this period, bodily reactions and transformations will be observed to determine the subject's eligibility for salvation. Wow, high fever, vomiting, dizziness, side effects for real. Visual and auditory hallucinations, damn. Temporary or permanent bodily mutations, damn. All phenomena are deemed divine trials and cannot be defied by mortal intervention. I hereby acknowledge that I have clearly understood the information stated above and give my voluntary consent to participate in this trial. I humbly accept all outcomes arising during the process as the will of the divine. Signed by Miranda. What day is it today? Miranda, you signed that? Forget the date. The real question is, why'd you sign that? Because the signature was left blank? Miranda, how slow are you? About that, Miranda often forgets to sign her patrol logs, so Poli hammered it in her head to sign her name if the signature field is blank. So Poli trained her to do that. Hold on, Poli? There's no time for this. We gotta find Poli. Resuming investigation. Miranda rushes into the annex. Despite how she is, I can assure you that she's a capable officer. Okay, should we head in as well? Hold on a second. There's something that Claire needs to check. Jill said, look at this symbol. It's umbrella, isn't it? First, the infected dog attack, and now this. Not to mention the contents of this consent form. Seems to me that umbrella's behind this somehow. If it's something that results in physical mutations, this holy elixir of the judge might be another virus developed by them. So Umbrella even has their filthy tendrils in this place? How did they do it so quickly? Query's interrupting. She wants to know about Umbrella Corporation. If there's any chance it's connected to Poli's disappearance, she wants to know about it. Umbrella presents itself as a pharmaceutical company. What? But in reality, they repeatedly carry out illegal human experiments. They developed a virus that alters the human body and induces madness. What was that? Came from the Annex? We gotta check it out. Jill's going in. In the deep recesses of the Annex is a storeroom. It is cluttered with miscellaneous junk. And in each corner of the room, a statue has been oddly placed. Meanwhile, in the middle of the room, Miranda lies half buried beneath a pile of books. It appears to have been a botched attempt to reach a book on a top shelf. Jill wants to know if you're good. She's fine. What happened? There was something tucked in this book, so when Miranda tried pulling it out, she ended up falling over. I guess this was what she was trying to get? Miranda hands Jill a worn out note. The note reads that the prophet greets the judge. The merciless judge punishes the sinner. The sinner kneels beneath the false goddess, and the false goddess stares down the prophet in silence. The deceitful gaze invites ruin. Only the true gaze shall open the path. It's like some kind of riddle. Where did you find this? In a book? Hold up, you see that? There's a lever beneath the statue. If I try pulling it, it could be a trap. It's a trap! In my Admiral Akbar voice, Miranda pulls the lever beneath the statue of the goddess of victory toward the left. The statue turns and faces the statue to its left. Whoa! The statue moved. This lever must control the statue somehow. Wait a minute. A statue of the goddess of victory? A statue of a hooded disciple? A statue of a menacing rapture? A statue of an ordinary man and woman. Each statue has a lever beneath it. The ceiling is coming down, isn't it? Classic Resident Evil. The ceiling begins to cave in. The deceitful gaze invites ruin? Did we trigger the trap by turning the statue the wrong way? Miranda, quick, pull the lever the other way. Turn it to face the disciple statue. Miranda pulls the lever of the statue of the goddess of victory to the right. Clunk, the goddess statue rotates to face the statue on its right. As the goddess looks upon the disciple statue, the ceiling halts its descent. We almost ended up being sandwiches. Jill thinks that's funny. Miranda manipulates the levers according to Jill's instructions. Thus, the statue of the disciple faces the statue of the rapture. The statue of the rapture faces the statue of the man and woman. And the goddess statue in turn faces the disciple statue. Is it done? Yes. For now, at least, according to Jill, she's still not entirely sure if this is the true gaze. The last thing she wants is to get squashed by the ceiling and turn into a sandwich. Jill feels the same way. There was a click noise. From the bookshelf? Nice. The bookshelf begins to slowly slide to the side. Soon, a hidden passage is revealed behind it. At the end of the secret passage, a tense and alert Miranda and Jill come upon a laboratory. Unlike the mansion's decrepit exterior, the lab is equipped with surprisingly modern equipment. However, oh, you good, Miranda? What's wrong? The corpses strewn throughout make it clear that the research being conducted here was far from ordinary. All these bodies, shattered, oversized incubation tubes fill the room, from which various corpses which unnaturally developed muscles protrude. All the bodies are completely torn to shreds. Jill averts her eyes from the horrifying sight. In an area lined with multiple computer terminals, documents bearing Umbrella's Corporation's logo are scattered everywhere. Damn it, even here? The researcher's coughing? There's a researcher? Miranda, we've got a survivor over here. Lead us. What did you say? Jill brought her ear closer to the researcher's collapse on the ground. Jill, don't do that. Human life falls into oblivion, throwing the world to turmoil. New life has been created, a cruel destruction of all things sacred. Merciless judges descend from the skies. Do not resist with thy feeble human strength. The end is nigh. God, guide these foolish mortals to their reckoning. The end. These foolish mortals. Distortion of all things sacred, throwing the world into turmoil. End is nigh. Do not resist. Merciless judges descend from the skies. Do not resist. God, guide us. Our reckoning. The researcher collapses, blood gushing from his mouth. A gaping hole has been torn through the center of his torso. How was he yapping? It's as if something had forced its way from within. Oh, we're back with Claire and Quiry. So, that's how things unfolded in Raccoon City. It was crazy. All because of a virus. An entire city was wiped. Family, friends, loved ones, all gone. Vanished. Anyway, we can't let the same thing happen here. We need to investigate this area. Leave no stone unturned. I'm also worried about your colleague who went missing. It seems Miranda and Jill went all the way inside. Why don't we start a search here? After that, Claire and Quiry began checking the nearby rooms one by one. The pair discovers when they arrive at the third room. Is this? Under the bed lies a weathered notebook. When Claire picks it up, a single photograph falls out. It seems to be a photo of a mother and daughter. They seem to have a close relationship. Claire holds the photo closer to Quiry. The faded faces of mother and daughter begin to come into focus. It's Elseria 9 and Deipara from case number 8. Reborn. Evil. To be continued. Perilous Siege Safehouse. I knew something felt off. Mission code 7-1. Declassified. Bring it back. The Ark and a proposal for humanity's salvation. Within the insular society of the Ark, the activities of Perilous Siege proved remarkably effective. All traces of evil within the Ark were soon eradicated. However, evil is the darker side of the coin which must exist for justice to persist. Therefore, a proposal to maintain justice and oversee Perilous Siege has been drafted. Formation of pro-Rapture radical group. Public awareness of raptures continues to decline. Therefore, pro-Rapture radical groups are to receive clandestine support. Whoa. This is intended to foment hostility towards raptures among the general public. So he has a hand in this too? Some of the social commentary that happens in Nikke, well, I guess also in Resident Evil, really hits. It's killer wife now. Ooh. Ooh. Lovely. The typewriters how you save in Resident Evil. Let's get the dream team together.
I've joined the squad. Effective immediately.
Word?
Is this your way of asking me out?
Need my help?
Not quite.
Looks like you could use some help. How about it?
Mind if I join?
Here we go. Peter Birds too. Let's go. This is Deipara. She said life was ordinary. The lazy days she spent with mom and dad, she can still remember them perfectly. Gathering at the dinner table every evening to talk about their day. All of them lounging around, cozily watching TV together. The quiet little conversations they'd have before falling asleep. She's telling her dad she's gonna be back. She's asking her dad if he had dinner. She hasn't had hers yet. Is it cool if she eats there? She packed some food. Nothing special happened today, according to her. She got off school, then ran a quick errand. What was your errand? And she came here straight afterwards? You dress like you Dylan. You also dress kind of like you Dylan. I guess work's been keeping your mom busy. She said she'd be back late again today. You're offering to watch some TV? But the dad just never talks? A string of disappearances have recently taken place within the Ark. This has prompted a growing movement among citizens criticizing the central government's handling of the situation. Pretty unsettling, huh? Is what Deipara said. According to her, that's all the news has been reporting. With all the disappearances happening, there have been all kinds of rumors swirling about. Some say people are being abducted and used as test subjects for biological experiments, or that there are corrupted Nikkes running around wreaking havoc. Don't you think both scenarios sound kind of ridiculous? He says nothing back at all. Deipara, you're basically talking to yourself when you say, see, you think it's nonsense too, right? She means it does seem odd. How could anyone be carrying out biological experiments in a place as safe as the Ark? You think the Ark is safe? And if a Nikke really had gone rogue, surely she would have been caught and been on the news by now? She's asking for confirmation. No reply. She's begging for a reply. He won't say anything? Ever since he got her on the surface, her mom's been acting weird. She's mumbling things and scribbling strange red eyes all over the walls of the house. Oh, yikes. Now she barely comes home. All she does is work at the center. You have no idea if she's eating or if she's getting any sleep. You don't know anything anymore. Deipara's talking about the old days. Everything's different now. He won't say anything. She promised not to complain in front of him. He's going to visit the center tomorrow. Try to give her something to eat. This is a good daughter. She wants change. She's watching sweet dreams. Dang. She's doing her best. Counseling hours? Is that right? So it'll be 8 p.m.? 9 a.m. to 8 p.m.? Weekends closed? Whoa. She always had weekends off? Then why does she never come home? Exactly what I was wondering. She's knocking on the door. Hey, yo, mom. She wants to know. Mama, mama. He's coming in. She's busted through. Fancy. No one's there. Just leave the lunchbox? Is what she's guessing? Oh, is someone saying the end is nigh? Guide foolish mortals? What is that sound? The sound appears to be coming from behind the bookshelf. One of the bookshelves is slightly out of place, leaving a narrow gap. Through the gap, a stairwell stretches far down, leading underground. She's calling out for her mom. Is her mom there? We hear voices again. Judges descend the skies. Do not resist human strength. She's alerted. In front of an altar where a raptor statue is enshrined, a group of people are fervently murmuring a prayer. And she sees her mom? In the middle of it all was Deipara's mother. Her mom's the cult leader?
Commencing operation.
Ada Wong's voice definitely reminds me of an old school action movie. Our team is too stacked. We didn't even have a burst rotation.
By a super cop.
Thank you, Super Cop Deipara. That day, she tore through her mom's room in a panic. Every wall was covered from top to bottom in red eyes, all of them staring at the same spot. A spot where she uncovered a rapture core, along with some records about the Torch of Salvation. As she began to realize what her mom had gotten herself into, she finally understood what those red eyes at home were meant to represent. Even though she couldn't turn to anyone for help, revealing anything about the Torch of Salvation could result in her mom being captured and punished. Did he see the news? They said they found rapture parts in the home of one of the missing families. Does the father know? People keep going missing? People who she used to see at the counseling center, she mean? She's scared, trying to let her dad know. Her mom might disappear too. Because the cult leader who started this Torch of Salvation turned out to be her mom, Father still has no reaction? She didn't catch the details, but they said they intend on using a virus to purify the Ark. They say death is the path to salvation. He's not phased? She's gonna do whatever it takes to find a way to atone for what Mom has done. That's the final entry in Deipara's journal? Oh, the journal was... I thought she was talking to her someone. Okay, this is Claire talking to Quiry. Quiry's colleague, Poli, followed Deipara all the way here, so they've got to find him. Both Deipara and everyone else has gone missing. For a few moments, Quiry stares at the journal Claire had been reading aloud from, and finally speaks up. She agrees, absolutely. After that, they need to make sure they'll never be able to do this again. Claire is sick of watching viruses rob people of what's precious to them. Quiry wonders if they really can handle this on their own. Claire believes in her, and Claire wants to know if Quiry has faith in her. Quiry didn't mean it like that. She's down to give it a try. It's her duty as a police officer. Claire says that's the spirit. She likes that confidence. Claire's starting to get worried though. She hasn't heard anything from Jill since she went after Miranda. There's nothing else for them to investigate here, so let's head out. She said let's stick to her own lane. She rode solo. That's how you feel, Ada? You've missed all your shots. There you go. And they're talking like it's dire straits.
Mission complete. We've resolved everything we could.
Jill had more damage though. Inside a secret room hidden deep within the Annex, Jill and Miranda stand frozen in the lab, their eyes fixed on a monitor. Query wants to know if they're okay. And why are they just standing there like that? Query's face. It's hard for her to explain, but does the room look red? She's asking Claire. Claire's saying it's probably better if she doesn't look. You gotta trust her. Oh yeah, Query's vision is blurred. Claire averts her eyes from the corpses and turns to the monitor. An experiment log recorded by a researcher is displayed on the screen. Holy Elixir of the Judge. 6 trial results. Engineered using the same methodology employed in developing Umbrella Corporation's T-Virus. Modification of the Holy Elixir obtained from the body of the Judge located at coordinates RAC 10.1. Successful development of the Neo virus. When injected into organic tissue, the Neo virus initiates gene restructuring. Notable improvements in physical strength and regenerative ability were observed. Shows potential to temporarily stand against Nikkes, the new humanity who oppose the divine. The following video compares the effects of varying dosage levels. Claire touches the screen and a video begins to play. On the dark screen, choking, blood-curdling screams ring out. Figures can be seen writhing and convulsing, their entire bodies contorted. Some, desperate to relieve the agonizing pain, scratch at their faces with such ferocity that their skin tears off. Miranda's reaction is relatable. Jill's silent. Miranda, absorbed in the video, suddenly clings tightly to Jill's arm. Jill trembles, her face contorting in fury. According to Claire, the higher dosage, the greater the increase in physical and regenerative abilities. However, genetic mutation occurs too rapidly, ultimately causing the body to break down. The virus exhibits signs indicative of seeking new hosts. One more time. Additionally, regardless of dosage, all test subjects exhibit significant cognitive decline. Could this be effectively used in future plans? Jill silently taps at the monitor, opening a new window. Project Reborn evil. Human life falls into oblivion, throwing the world into turmoil. The new life, Nikke, has been created. A cruel distortion of all things sacred. In order for the Judge to guide humanity to his reckoning, we, the torch of salvation, Project Reborn evil, will be deemed complete. Trying to purge evil, but you're calling your project Reborn evil? Evil shall be purified through the reckoning. God, guide these foolish mortals to their reckoning until evil is purified. Claire said, damn it. Does it say anything about how to shut this project down? According to Jill, these are the only records left. After reviewing the Reborn evil file, Jill noticed a hidden passage opened up. In the direction Jill is pointing, a passage leading deep underground has been revealed. Let's check it out. Elseria 9. Is that not a name like Number 7. Unfortunately, he remains unconscious for reasons that are still undetermined. They can only continue to monitor his condition. Elseria 9 wants to ask what really happened on the surface. This must be about her husband. From what the doctor heard, he had encountered a Lord-class rapture. So is he a commander? Thankfully, the Nikkes who were recovered didn't suffer any brain damage. They'll be able to return to the battlefield once they've given new bodies. As for your husband, I can't say for sure. So he was a man named Miles Carter came to the center. Miles Carter? He used to be a commander. After all the horrifying things he experienced on the surface, he now suffers from PTSD. He's been drowning himself in alcohol for years now. She's asking if he endured such horrific experiences too. Is that why he's refusing to open his eyes? She wants to know if he knows that the Nikke who went up to the surface with him, they're returning to the battlefield today. So why isn't he? Because he's not the protagonist. She's got a dip. Sweet dreams. Having your husband be a commander is dangerous as heck anyway. Oh, someone is calling out Elseria 9. Oh, they've been waiting for her. What is it? The eyes of the judge are the torch of salvation. Human life, the world into turmoil. New life, a cruel distortion. Merciless judges descend from the skies. The end is fear not. Oh, they're just cutting off part of their chant. Reveal yourself. Okay. Couldn't make out the rest. Thick black lines obscure parts of the text. Eventually, they go on to fill the entire page. I turn to the next page. Countless eyes stare at me from the pages. Between the crimson eyes, faintly inscribed words can be seen. Elseria 9's talking. Fear not. Stand before the judge and reveal yourself. The surface is the altar of God. She's tripping. Death is the true path to salvation. What the heck? Is she trying to get her husband to kill himself? Embrace the end. Beneath the torch of salvation shall be kindled. Oh my goodness, did he just flatline? She said go and wait for them. Deipara now will follow. Oh my goodness, that's a cult for real. They're returning to the happy days they once had. Yikes. New revelation. Holy elixir discovered. Mia, Veloa, Evan, Kale, Marco. Interesting. They ascended to the surface and received salvation from the judges. So they went up and they were killed by raptors. Mouse, Carter, Lucas, Emily Cole, Iris Monroe. They consumed the holy elixir of the judges and were reborn as greater beings through the holy elixir of the judge. The Neovirus. Oh, okay. It's going to be one of those scenarios where even if they have it, in Resident Evil, a lot of times the protagonist gets injected, but they can end it off with antidote. And thereafter receive salvation from the judge. Holy, a traitor hidden within the order. Poli infiltrated. A new breed of human that defies the natural order. Intended as a sacrificial offering before the sacred purification ritual, currently reflecting on our sins in the reformation chamber beneath the altar, embrace the end. Beneath the flames of judgment, the torch of salvation shall be kindled. This has been very mature, as Resident Evil is. With that, the cult leader's journal comes to an end. My head is spinning. According to D, these are the ramblings of someone deeply involved in a cult. Of course, any normal person would get dizzy reading this. Dee lets out a sigh. Without me noticing, she had quietly come over to read the journal. Have you contacted the higher-ups? She has. Blaze Out Squad is to arrive in 2 hours. So Ada wants to know that we just lay around a bit until then? Dee responds no. We need to resolve whatever problems we can and get out of here. Unless we want to go down in flames along with the mansion. Ada's joking, right? She says it sounds like fun. Dee wants to resolve as many issues as possible and get out of here before the place burns down. I feel it. That's the plan. Let's roll. First things first. Let's find this reformation chamber where Poli's being held. Save Poli. What's good with y'all? Light him up. Take your time. Jill is the one handling it. Come through.
Police Officer Poli is here. Let me be your escort.
That's the sign of the police. Whoa. It really feels like an action movie. That's cool.
Mission complete. We've resolved everything we could.
We made it do what it do? Hold on. The mansion's going up in flames? What are you talking about? Dee thought we already discussed this. Oh, this is the ARC's protocol for dealing with outbreaks. It's like a buster call. And so their idea of an epidemic response plan is to burn everything down. Ada's saying it's not just this place. Is she right? Dee confirms it. They're gonna torch all the residences around the mansion as well? If they deem the situation to be critical, oh, it's more like Resident Evil situation than a buster call. Raccoon City. They might even reduce the outer rim to ashes to stop the diseases from reaching the Ark? What? Then what about the people living in the outer rim? Right, why is the commander so naive? Between the Ark and the outer rim, I should already know which one the central government will prioritize. Besides, surely I understand how dangerous a contagious disease would be in an enclosed space like the Ark. The central government will go with the best option available to them, as they always do. I mean, Dee's job is literally to kill people. This isn't the best option, according to Ada. They're just taking the easy way out, sacrificing the few to save many. Exactly. That's precisely why the central government sees this as the best option, according to Dee. Ada's explaining that this is a tale as old as time, going with whatever is most convenient. What if we put a stop to whatever the Torch of Salvation is up to? Will Blaze Out still intervene then? Only if we can prove there's no risk of the Neovirus spreading any further, according to Dee. Are we going to see a new squad? Blaze Out? Blaze Out! I doubt that they would intentionally stir trouble. You said Blaze Out scheduled to arrive at 4:20? Dee confirmed it. And we still got time. Let's reassess our next move. Dee, Ada, what do you think we should do? I need your input to decide our next course of action. So let's start with that. Ada's down for whatever. As long as we honor the deal, Okay. Dee's stance hasn't changed. She wants to resolve as many issues as she can, then get out of here before this place burns down. That's her course of action from here on out. So she's taking the easy way out too? What do you mean, Ada? You just say you're down for whatever. Dee's response is, since entering the Outer Rim and on our way to the mansion, we didn't encounter a single mutated creature or infected person. That means the virus hasn't spread beyond the mansion yet. So we still have a chance to prove that the Neo virus won't spread any further. Ada's feeling that. She says that's the spirit. She said we should resolve as many issues as possible. Alright, first we rescue Poli, then we find a way to deal with the Neo virus situation. Now, we have to look underneath the altar, isn't that what it said? According to these journals, Poli's reflecting on her sins in the Reformation chamber beneath the altar. If she hasn't been sacrificed yet, that's where she's being held. There's got to be a passage to the Reformation chamber somewhere here, huh? We just need to find whatever opens the secret passage, huh? Yep. Ada, are you just gonna stand there all day? That's what Dee wants to know. Ada says the deal's still on, but she's a little bit surprised. She had her pegged as a puppet who mindlessly follows orders. Dee denies that. She says not a chance. Let's cut the chit chat and find that passage. Okay, Ada's on board now, she says right away. Damn, Jill. She wants the line about getting them headshots. That time, Killer Wife had more damage. As we search the second floor of the mansion, Ada calls us to the front of the altar. Among bowls, blades, and ornaments of unknown purpose lies a rapture core glowing red, looking as ominous as ever. It looks pretty suspicious to Ada. She's asking us if we agree. You're definitely right about that. It's extremely odd for a rapture core to just be sitting here like this. Ada's asking Dee to look over there. Dee stares silently at the altar for a moment before finally speaking. Dee replies, nice find. Dee's telling me to forget the core. Focus on what's around it. Prompted by Dee's words, I glance back at the altar again. The rapture core, the bowls and blades, the candles faintly illuminating the area. Every so often a cold breeze sweeps through and the candle flames flicker. Trails of smoke drift toward the platform beneath the altar. Upon closer inspection, the smoke is being drawn into a narrow crack in the platform. A knock on the platform. Sounds hollow. A dull echo rings out from behind. I'm guessing there's a hidden space behind this. Bingo. According to Ada, that means our next step is Ada rummages around the altar. The platform slides open, revealing a hidden passageway behind it. Ada's going in first. Ada grins and slips behind the platform. I peer in and am greeted by a staircase descending deep underground. Let's head down, D. D says, alright. Stay sharp. We don't know what's waiting for us down there. Poli is bound to be locked up. We walk down the long corridor when Ada, who's ahead of us, stops abruptly. What is it? Telling us to see for ourselves. As Ada steps aside, something piled up in layers comes into view. Look at this background. I think it's new, right? From regular civilian clothing to work, school, police, nurse, and military uniforms. A variety of clothes are piled up together. A name tag on one of the military uniforms suddenly catches my eye. Miles Carter. Are these the clothes worn by the missing? There's more. Ada gestures silently. Several mass-produced Nikkes lie collapsed beyond the pile of clothes. The condition of their bodies paints a clear picture of what went on in here. A traitor hidden within the order? Suddenly, gunshots? Gunshots ring out. Is it coming from below us? Poli, snap out of it. Poli, deep within the corridor. Gah! Claire is commanding Quiry to fire the rocket launcher. Quiry responds, Roger. Figures can be seen engaged in combat with a creature howling ferociously. Miranda and Quiry? But who are the other two baddies? Ada's asking, do we know them? Yeah. Well, they look like they're in a tight spot. We should go help. Whoa. Killer Wife changed immediately. Out of nowhere, an axe flies in from behind, striking the creature dead on. Dee charges forward to grab the axe, promptly slamming it back into the creature's exposed core in its lower half. Damn, brutal. Whoosh. Gah. By the time Dee pulls the axe free again, the creature had ceased its shrieking. We all linked up. The door to the basement where dark secrets lie hidden has opened. Go to the field now. Oh. We outside. I need that other lost relic down here. Well, this map is more intricate than I realized. Hey, see you hear the noise? Heavy breathing? What's good, everybody? All the police are here. Jill and Claire, too. Is Ada here? Oh, that was Ada right there. Loner. I'm gonna do my own thing. Escape report pass. Give me that. Take me to the we are gonna get the herb, no doubt. Who's got the herb when I'm dry? Yeah. Wow. Oh, is it a different person saving? D, K, D, Ada, Miranda, Jill. That's cool. Let's continue. We all linked up. Poli, she's out of it. Poli, are you awake? Yeah, it's Quiry. She's coming too now, huh? She wants to know what they're doing here. Oh, she was looking for Deipara. She remembered. Now's not the time to be staying around, according to Poli. Deipara's headed to the surface. Poli, calm down. You don't look so good. Poli attempts to stand up, but promptly drops back down. It's clear she suffered a great deal while trapped here. Yeah, I'm here too, the commander. She's seen some unfamiliar faces? About that. I don't know who they are either. It's Jill and Claire? They were escaping from Raccoon City when their vision turned blurry. The next thing they knew, they ended up here in this mansion. Gatekeeper shenanigans. Excuse me. So they got dragged in from another world through the D-Wave too. Everyone, mind if I say something? I explained the D-Wave in detail. So that's why things weren't adding up, according to Jill. Claire's talking about another world. Yep, you were isekai, but she can still return to her world, right? Ada pipes up. Yep. All we gotta do is wake up Gatekeeper. Yep. Yeah, let's go get Gatekeeper. I bet before we do that, something Jill wants to ask. It seems like Umbrella Corporation is behind what happened in the mansion. No, I don't believe I've ever heard of Umbrella Corporation in our world. Those documents we found in the mansion are the only data we have on Umbrella, but we'll have to dig a little deeper to get the full picture. They must have came when you came here, perhaps? Jill's talking to Claire. She wants to hold off on waking up Gatekeeper for now. Because of what I said, although they don't know precisely what's going on, it's clear that Umbrella has some kind of influence on this world. That's true. You can't let it stand. You gotta make things right before leaving. I'm noticing a theme with the events. That's exactly kind of what Eve's message was. Claire's repeating that. Make things right? Claire looks at Quiry. I thought we were gonna get some artwork with that. Oh, she's having a flashback to when she was explaining that Poli followed Deipara in here, right? And we gotta find him. Yep. And everyone else has gone missing. Yep. And then we gotta make sure they'll never be able to do it again. Also, Claire's been down. She's sick of watching viruses rob people. I remember this flashback. It happened maybe 20 minutes ago. According to Claire, after sighing, if they leave things like this, it'll bug her endlessly. And she won't be able to focus on finding her brother, Chris Redfield. All right. Claire might as well give it a shot. Where do we start? Poli's saying, hold up. She's thankful for everyone offering their help, but there's still something left to verify. What does she have to verify? She still hasn't heard Ada's introduction? Oh, D. Poli's eyes drift towards D, who was sitting silently in the corner. At some point, without me noticing, she had changed into a police uniform. Agent Winters, BST. BST? Biohazard Strike Team. We deal with any incidents inside the Ark involving biohazards. After merging with the ACPU, we've been tasked to deal with this current incident involving the virus. Ada's impressed. Effective immediately. I'll be joining your team. I presume I can count on your cooperation? Commander Dragon will be personally leading this operation. True. Commander should act like he knows what's going on. There's not a problem at all. It seems D doesn't want anyone to know that she's with Perilous Siege. Of course I'll play along. The commander is aloof. We can use any help you could give us, Poli. Poli's gonna do her best. She's kind of in rough shape though, so she might need some assistance from us. Okay, D's taking charge again. She believes that covers all introductions. She's ready to move on, right, Commander? Let's go over the situation one last time and share what we've all found in this mansion so far. Torch of Salvation. A cult that refers to raptors as judges descended from the heavens, who will guide all foolish mortals to their reckoning. The founder of this group is Elseria 9. She was reportedly in despair as her husband, a former commander, remains comatose. It is believed that she received a rapture core from an unknown individual, which served as the catalyst for the cult's founding. After establishing the Torch of Salvation, Elseria enticed patients and visitors at the counseling center to join the cult. They began holding regular gatherings at a mansion in the Outer Rim. Some cultists were even sent to the surface and offered as sacrifices to the Raptors. All individuals who went missing in the past 2 weeks have been linked to the Torch of Salvation. Clothes were found at the entrance of the Reformation Chamber. The Neovirus, building upon the T-Virus, which hails from another world. It is synthesized by refining a holy elixir extracted from a rapture's body. This particular rapture is located at coordinates RAC 10.1. When injected into organic matter, the virus significantly enhances physical and regenerative abilities. However, side effects include bodily deterioration, significant cognitive decline, and increased violent tendencies. Spreading the neovirus within the Ark to incite chaos, and using the resulting confusion to allow the raptures in was all part of the Torch of Salvation's plans. This operation was codenamed Project Reborn Evil. If the situation is not resolved within 2 hours, Blaze Out will initiate a full-scale purge. It sounds like we settled on a plan. We're here to put a stop to the Project Reborn Evil, is that it? Claire says, still, all we can do is try. With these many super cops in our midst, she's sure things will work out somehow. Miranda pipes up, yeah, everything will turn out fine. Somehow. But Miranda wants to know who exactly is this super cop she's talking about. Poli sighs. I think that's about everything for now. Next, we need to figure out how to stop Project Reborn evil from taking place. According to D, first we need to stop Neovirus from spreading outside the mansion. Second, we prevent the Raptors from infiltrating the Ark. Those are the two things that really matter. Someone mentioned earlier that that's the way to the lab. Claire says, yeah. They came from that side. According to Ada, that makes sense. She's talking to me. If it's alright with me, she'll handle the virus. She's got a few ideas in mind, but it's a plan that requires Agent Winters from BST. What do you say, Winters? Want to try your luck with her? Oh, she wants to team up with D? Agent Winters, are you up for it? No issues on our end. Alright, I'll leave the virus to Ada and Agent Winters. As for the Raptors, what's up, Poli? There's something she wanted to share. What's that? She was caught by the cultists not long after sneaking into the mansion, so she's embarrassed to say she didn't discover anything noteworthy, but she did come across something that could serve as a clue. Jill wants to know what it is. Basically, up until a moment ago, Deipara was being held here with Poli, but the cult leader came and took her away just before we all arrived. While Deipara was here, she heard her say something. All preparations are complete. It's time to head to the surface to face our reckoning? What? Agent Winters, do you happen to know if there's an abandoned elevator nearby? There's one elevator left, but it's supposed to be decommissioned. That doesn't mean anything. Coordinates? She's gonna ask her partner to send it over right away. Alright, do it ASAP. Okay, perhaps it's supposed to say, then while Ada and Winters are handling, the rest of us will make sure the cult leader doesn't make it to the surface. You hear that? Whoa, what is that? It sounds huge. That noise. Jill knew things wouldn't be this easy. She's asking Poli, can she move? Poli will be fine. She said, you all go ahead. She can at least buy some time. Poli's saying that she said it was okay to go ahead. So why did these two decide to stay? Because she can't even stand up properly according to Miranda. And Poli could say the same about Miranda? Miranda's claiming she's fine. More thuds. And it sounds rather large. Miranda makes an audible gulp. The thunderous sound echoing down the passage grows closer. Jill says this feels like a nightmare. Would Miranda agree? Wait, she does. What? Huh? She says it feels like something out of a nightmare. Miranda wants to know which part exactly. Jill wants to know if she's gonna pinch her to make sure she's not dreaming. And Jill's asking if she's sure she's okay, cause she's shaking pretty badly. Miranda says the sound reminds her of something. The abomination that they ran into earlier. And all those things they saw in the lab. They kept on popping up in Miranda's head. So her body just keeps on shaking. Jill's agreeing that it's very scary, huh? Jill says that Poli and her will take care of the creature. Yep, Poli's agreeing. Before, when the Ark was in danger? Oh yeah, when the Raptors came in? What did Poli say? That they're police officers? So protecting civilians and keeping the Ark safe? That's what police officers are meant to do? That's why she's choosing to stay behind? In order for the others to solve the problems at hand? Someone needs to keep the creature distracted. Only then can they protect citizens and keep the Ark safe. Alright, Poli then. Miranda shape up. She may not be able to stop trembling, but Poli places a hand on top of Miranda's head. She's thanking Miranda for choosing to stay behind for that reason. Poli's glad. Looks like there are solid cops in this world too, according to Jill. Miranda was asking earlier who the super cop was, and she's still curious about it. Well, Jill's gonna say that Miranda's a super cop. Gah, we hear that click noise. From one super cop to another, Jill wants to take it down.
So, how does it feel to be saved by a super cop?
I thought Miranda was a super cop. She didn't even come through this time. Okay, did you hear that whoosh? And that crack? Gah! Beneath Dee's axe, the grotesque creature that attacked the lab lets out its final cry. Dee wants to know if Ada's done yet. Ada says patience is a virtue, Dee. Your boyfriend might not like it if you act like that. Or did I say Winters? But it's just them Ada can call her Dee. Dee yanks the axe out from the core and glances towards Ada. Clack, clack. Despite the pitched battle occurring right beside her, Ada, without so much as a glance, remains hunched over a computer terminal, typing furiously at the keyboard. Judging by the countless black windows and lines of commands being inputted, it seems she's trying to hack in. If this isn't going to work, say it now, is what Dee says, cause she's down to come up with another plan. Ada's saying, yeah. Ada resumes clacking away at the keyboard. Clack tap, clack clack. Deeming herself incapable of contributing at the computer, Dee heads towards the incubation chamber. Corpses lie scattered outside the broken chamber across a sea of shattered glass. They're a horrific sight, but Dee gazes at them unflinchingly. She reads the names written on each hospital gown aloud one by one. Edward Monroe, Lily Monroe, Blake. It's as if she's making a vow to remember them all. Once finished, she then approaches the grotesque creature she's just taken down. Dang, look at her face. Her axe carves an arc through the air, leaving a black streak. The creature is cleaved in two. The upper body of a mass-produced Nikke and the lower limbs of a rapture. The dog tags are found them. BH1996322. Ada, who had been typing with the keyboard, suddenly froze. What is she doing then? She's memorizing the names so she can verify them when she gets back to the Ark. That way she can find out who they were. Ada wants to know Why? To find out why they came to believe in the torch of salvation and all the things they've done along the way, where she can make an objective judgment about their deaths. Only by knowing what led to all this can she prevent a second torch of salvation from rising. Ada wants to ask her something. Does working behind a wall of anonymity ever get tiring? Isn't that what you do, Ada, basically? Ada says if you were to die, no one ever know what you've done, or that you've even had these thoughts. Doesn't matter to D. If her actions tip the cosmic scales even slightly towards the side of good, she'll do whatever it takes for justice. The greater good. More importantly, there's someone who remember her. Ada says that's great. Yeah, enough talk. Let's finish it. That reminds her. Ada pulls up a new window on the monitor at the bottom of the document titled Project Reborn Evil. Evil purified in 092300. The countdown that has been ticking down has come to a halt. The Neo-virus won't spread to the Ark. She's also wiped all data related to the T-virus, so we don't have to worry too much. D sighs. Yeah, she could have told us all that earlier. And Ada's taking that as a thank you. Ada stretches, then begins rummaging through the pockets of the researchers lying motionless beside the computer. She's running those pockets. She wants to know that she's asking D if she knows that usually among researchers like these, there's always bound to be one that still has a tiny shred of conscience left. I was just gonna say a card key. Enough to stash a vaccine somewhere. Out of nowhere, Ada reveals a vaccine sample in her hand. Now that she's got a hold of this, the deal's complete. The deal? Without another word, Ada begins to head out of the lab. But she wanted the person responsible. Dee's calling for Ada. Just saying, you sure you don't need to check in on her boyfriend? She's talking about me. Dee's agreeing, actually. As Dee exits the lab, a cool breeze brushes past her ear. Ada is perched on the windowsill of a wide open window. She's saying, take this. I knew Ada was about to dip. It's about to disappear. Ada tosses something. What's this? It is a USB drive adorned with ornate engravings. A pair of perfectly balanced scales is etched into the surface. Ada's saying it's a payment for her honesty, and she dips. With that, Ada fires a hook shot and vanishes out the window. Behind the mansion, along the path leading to the elevator, a veritable mountain of garbage is piled up. Claire is saying, it reeks. She can't believe they put a trash dump right behind the mansion. How do they stand being so close to this stench? Guess they just get used to it. Claire's response is, what? The residents here pick through heaps of trash dumped from the Ark, searching for anything they can salvage. They make a living selling what they can find. You just have to learn to live with the smell if you want to survive out in the Outer Rim. Claire's trying to get this straight. They make ends meet by selling trash dumped from the Ark and putting up with smells like this? Is the reality people face in this world? That's it. Reality is unforgiving no matter where you go. Damn. Query, you got something to say? Query fidgets with her rocket launcher in silence. Claire is asking for Query. She's saying, hey. Query responds, a penny for your thoughts? What you got to say? Query was just thinking, is it really okay? What? She can't help but think that someone other than her should have tagged along. Someone with more field experience like Agent Winters from BST. Or someone who's more suited for combat. You were blasting things left and right with that rocket launcher. And now you second guess yourself? Before this, most of what she done had been administrative work, except under special circumstances, Poli and Miranda typically handle field operations. Saving all of humanity, such a monumental task, is better left to someone else, not her. According to her, Claire's saying, come on now. None of that stuff matters. She was just an ordinary college student, but she survived Raccoon City, and now she's a survivor. It's what's in here that counts. In our hearts, it's the friend we made along the way. Claire lightly taps her chest with her fist. Watching Claire, Query mutters quietly. That's what counts? Query asks. You came all this way to a dangerous place because you wanted to save your friend. And not only did you rescue Poli, you did it with style. Now you can save all humanity, Claire says. You got what it takes, Claire says. Query wants to know what's that? You're not alone because you got Claire Redfield. That's comforting, right? Query? A faint smile crosses Query's face at Claire's playful. That is what the line was. Yeah, she feels really assured. See? Claire says. Query repeats it. So it's what's inside that counts. What's inside? Query grips the launcher tightly with what seemed like newfound resolve. Shall we keep moving? Query responds yes. I spot the elevator Kay told us about in the distance. Claire responds here too. Can't catch a break, can we? In front of the elevator stood more of the same creatures we've been fighting the whole time. Query lifts her loaded launcher. She's gonna take the lead. I like it. After the battle in front of the elevator, Elseria 9 lies on the ground in a heap. Her abdomen is torn open. Oh my god, it looks like one of those monsters got her. Life falls into turmoil, she says. Cruel distortion of all things sacred. Cold metallic judges descend. Do not resist, she says. The end is nigh, she says. Guide these foolish mortals. Elseria 9. The plan you and the Torch of Salvation put together is doomed to fail. That's right. Doing this won't save anyone. She's laughing. She says heathens like me wouldn't understand? You want me to wait? According to her, death is this path to salvation? Oh yeah, I've heard all of this cult stuff before. I've heard it. Yeah. While tending to the delirious cult leader's wounds, Quiry shakes her head. Suddenly, the cult leader starts speaking to someone other than those of us present. Her eyes lose focus and their light gradually dims. Who is she talking to? She says they're waiting for her. Oh snap. She told them that Deipara and her would come. We return. Oh, she's talking about her husband? To the happy days they once had and received salvation. Deipara's in the elevator? Inside the elevator, countless homemade explosives cover the floor? It's a countdown. Dang, 14 minutes. 22 seconds. A countdown display in the center ticks down, 1 second at a time like a time bomb. In addition to the bombs, I spot Deipara lying on the floor. Quiry saying, Claire, don't, it's too dangerous. Quiry holds back Claire, who is about to rush into the array of bombs. The timer slowly ticking down, and Deipara lying in the middle of it. Claire's eyes dart back and forth before she shuts them. Then seemingly recalling someone, she utters a name. The young girl she met in her own world. Sherry. W reference. She's sorry, Quiry. Claire shakes off Quiry. Ignoring the bombs, Claire rushes straight towards Deipara. Claire asks, are you okay? Doesn't say anything. She remains limp and doesn't respond. She's still breathing. Distinct needle marks can be seen on Deipara's shoulder. Oh no, she's got the Neo virus. Claire, fall back now. She might be injected by the Neo virus. Claire doesn't care. She can't leave her like this. And even if she is infected, as long as there's a vaccine, we'll be able to treat her somehow. She doesn't know if a vaccine exists in this world, but it's better than giving up on her without doing anything. It's always better to put up a fight, according to Ada. Ada comes in. Is this what you're looking for? Ada holds up a syringe with a red liquid. Claire says, that's... She says, I told you I wouldn't let the Neo virus leave the mansion, right? Ada said you better use it quickly. And she does mean quickly. We should probably do something about these explosives while we're at it, according to Ada. Quiry's got it. She's memorized all the procedures for handling explosives circulated in the art. Ada said once they're taken care of, she thinks we've done everything we can. I agree, it looks like it. Deipara's coughing. Don't move. Claire's going to give her something that's going to help her. It's going to sting a little. Looks like we still have a few loose ends to tie up. Loose ends such as Rack 10.1, the location where the virus components are found. If we want to put an end to all this, we'll need to take care of that too. Exactly. Once things settle down here, we'll take care of it. Well then, since our deal has been concluded, guess this is where Ada makes her exit? Alright, that woman, Elseria 9, right? Yeah? She was holding onto something important. We gotta look into it. You might find something interesting? Well then, Ada's peacing out, and she's telling us to make the right decisions. Ada? By the time I turned around, Ada pulled a Batman. The inside of the elevator is in complete disarray. Elseria 9's vision fades and memories of the past flash before her eyes. Memories of those happier days begin to fade and are replaced by new ones. Her husband's hospital room where she stood witnessing his final moments. Damn. The eyes of Elseria 9 and those of her husband lock. Damn. Got the wallpaper? It is pretty cool how she's got a pistol. One shot, one kill. That's what it feels like. W? Oh, K showed up. I thought she was going to be in her police fit. We're 3 minutes and 50 seconds behind schedule. What were we planning to do if she hadn't held up blazed out at the outer rim entrance? They would have lit it up, huh? Kay gives a subdued wave. Her body is slightly singed in several places. What happened to you? D wants to know. Oh, this? She ran into a real nasty piece of work. But don't worry, her cover's still intact. Anyway, she heard from me. Sounds like things are pretty much wrapped up on D's end, right? And by the look on D's face, it didn't pan out well? What about the cult leader in Deipara is what Kay wants to know. Oh yeah. Show her. Kay sees Deipara sobbing, her arms wrapped around her knees. Kay furrows her brow upon seeing the cult leader collapse nearby. She agrees that things ended badly. Still, if her expression is any indication, she say the cult leader paid for her sins. So what did Kay decide about the mansion? Blaze out plans to torch the place along with the nearby residential areas. They told Kay to get out before it's too late. So they decided there's no point leaving it standing? That's what it seems like. Be it Neo virus or the torch of salvation, it seems they're nipping both in the bud for good. Maybe they want to bury the fact that any of this ever happened. Kay already checked, there aren't any survivors, so don't make that face. D says thanks. Speaking of which, where am I at? And the others? Yeah, Kay thought D was with me. We went to the surface to end this mess. So why didn't D follow us? She's got something wrapped up here. Kay wants to know what she's got to do. Ada vanished after she handed over the vaccine sample. She's going after her, so she's headed off. And D wants Kay to look after Deipara. She's peacing out. Is Kay a babysitter? She's about to be. Dee steps out of the mansion. Upon reaching the surface, we head towards the coordinates RAC 10.1. Jill is intently studying a scripture. It is the scripture that Elseria 9 clung onto until her dying breath. Jill's reading it. Thus spoke the Lord. Salvation lies beneath the merciless judges. Imbibe the holy elixir and cast off the sins of your mortal flesh. Be reborn as a greater being. Doesn't seem to be anything particularly noteworthy. It seems these strange prayers from the start. Upon turning a page, Jill's jaw drops in surprise. What is it? Jill turns the scripture towards me. Something is inscribed in red lettering. RAC 10.1? Beneath the merciless judges? The altar where the holy elixir of the judge flows? There is a revelation. What revelation? Could it be something that's written after? Jill continues to skim through this scripture. Apparently some documents appeared one day, scattered around the research papers detailing the T-virus experiments that we saw earlier. The believers of the Torch of Salvation regarded this as a way to fulfill their destiny, a revelation from God. Umbrella will pave the way forward for us. After these initial sentences, all that follows is writing praising Umbrella Corporation. They didn't have access to any information about the D-Wave or other worlds, so they deified those Umbrella documents as holy relics. Since to them, the information they needed suddenly materialized out of nowhere? Looks like we got our answer. Those that got caught in the D-Wave and crossed over. Wasn't just us, but these documents too. That seems to be the case. Kay said she'd handle disposing of these documents. Well, now that that's cleared up, let's focus on the task at hand. Seems we've arrived to where it all began, according to Jill. Claire says how awful. Yeah, amongst the ruins I spot an altar in the distance. Several unarmed bodies are sprawled around it. Their expressions are peaceful. I assume that's the target, says Jill. An enormous raptor stands behind the bodies, looking strangely out of place. It remains motionless as if rooted to the ground. Poli is requesting permission to engage. Are you sure about this, Poli? You should have gone back to the Ark with Deipara. Poli's actually fine. Miranda and Quiry are here too, after all. And we've got Jill and Claire too. That's right, the super cops are all assembled. Jill's responding out. Miranda is really fixated on that word, isn't she? Quiry says it's probably because no one's ever called her that before. Alright, commence engagement. Let's do this. It may look like it's lodged in the ground, but all the same, don't let your guard down, says Jill. We don't know what it's capable of. Miranda says understood. Encounter. Set the thing. It's gluttony, right? Merciless Judge?
Comprehensive instruction.
Police Officer Poli is here. Let me be your escort.
I'll give you stars!
Coming through.
Let's finish this in one shot.
Oh, okay.
Nice work. When I get back, I'm heading straight for the shower.
Jill leading the way. Nice sound effect for that boom. With a thunderous crash, the rapture collapses. Good work, everyone. Claire wants to know if that's a wrap on this whole virus mess. An ominous looking fluid seeps from the rapture's carcass. That must be the fluid the Torch of Salvation regards as the holy elixir of the judge. To make sure we don't have a repeat of this incident, it's probably best if we send it to MMR for analysis. I'll request an investigation into this. We can't let something like this ever happen again. Poli says the ACPU will keep a close eye on it. They'll make sure this mess doesn't take place again. Jill says that's reassuring. She's glad the Ark has people like Poli looking after it. Poli laughed at that. We gotta do our best so that our citizens can feel safe. That's right. Miranda's gonna work even harder, so she won't be nervous next time. Jill is rooting for her. Okay, so Claire's saying now all we have to do is take down the rapture called Gatekeeper, right? Where do we find Gatekeeper? She's warmed up, so let's go there and finish this fast. About that, Miranda has a question. What is it? Has Jill and Claire always been this radiant? Light is emanating from Jill and Claire's bodies. Did Ada solo Gatekeeper? That can only mean one thing. She pulled a Raven and solo Gatekeeper? Also A2? Gatekeeper has awakened. Jill, Claire, it's time to go home. They're leaving just like that? After going through all that, they didn't even get to see the Ark? Quiry exclaims. Jill responds, it's alright. Cops call themselves cops. She's fulfilled her duty as a cop to protect civilians and defend the Ark. That alone is reason enough for her to end up in this world. Wouldn't Miranda agree? She does. Miranda says she's right, and she's thankful for everything. Miranda salutes Jill and Claire with pride. Seeing this, Poli and Quiry mirror Miranda and salute them too. Despite the confusion of being thrust into another world, the three of you still went out of your way to help us, and they never gave up. They never faltered in the face of danger. Wait, so Ada couldn't have told? No, Ada probably did it with D, and for that, Poli can't thank them enough. Okay, we're just having a gratitude fest here. Claire says it's the least they could do, and you're making Claire blush. Claire is counting on Quiry to look after Deipara, to take good care of her, because she's going to feel pretty alone. Quiry says leave it to her. And for Officer Winters, Claire wants us to send her Claire's regards. We certainly will. Alright, it's time to dip. For them, Claire waves and Jill salutes in silence as their bodies become enveloped in light. Flash. Soon the light dissipates and the two women vanish. In the back alley of the Outer Rim, in the distance, a mansion is ablaze. Dee didn't expect to find Ada here. She wanted to see how everything wrapped up. Dee is saying that Ada's late, because Ada thought Dee would show up sooner. Ada holds something up and waves it. It's the tracker that Dee planted. Ada knew the whole time. What's going on between these two? Kay told Dee Jill and Claire got pulled into this world through a D-Wave only a few hours ago, but you've been in the Ark for 2 weeks. What? That's true. She had a nice tour of the Ark. It was a fascinating place. More to it than she expected. What kind of deal did she make with X? Ada's not going to answer that. A moment later, Ada's body is enveloped in light. What the heck? What? Ada's going to have to cut the conversation short. This is perfect for Ada's character. That's exactly how she is in Resident Evil. Since D came all the way out here, Ada's got a parting gift for her. People like them who work in the shadows, they have to have an ace hidden up their sleeve, ready to use whenever they need it. But you can't keep things from the other worlds, right? Picking up what she's putting down. Dee's got nothing to say. She said thanks. She appreciates the help. Peace. Ada says she'll see you around. Take care. Teleported. Her Isekai journey's done. Or is it? In an instant, Ada is gone, leaving Dee alone in the back alley. An ace up the sleeve. In Dee's hand is the USB Ada gave her. Is that why Ada gave it to Dee? Dee soon disappears into the shadows. I'm Batman. The threat of the Torch of Salvation has been repelled. The people from the other world have left. Word?
Nice work. When I get back, whew, I'm heading straight for the shower.
Okay, it's not too late. So this is my guess for what's going to happen at the end of the event, the hard event. We're going to be revealed who Ada was working with, that I also imagine is the person that has control of Gatekeeper? That has some type of control of Gatekeeper?
Wow, Commander!
Perhaps, right? Or is he at least able to activate Gatekeeper for them to go back? That's my theory. And I also think it's going to be related to what happened in the latest chapter of Nikke, chapter 40, and, well, the latest chapters in general, the whole arc with the four beasts, and how the four beasts are trying to create a new being, right? Because in this Reborn Evil, we see the mutated Nikke rapture entity, and it's very close to what you see in the campaign. So I imagine it'd be really cool, at least, if at the end that story is somehow linked to the four beasts. Also, gluttony is what looks like the rapture that they're worshipping. It looks like gluttony, which is involved in the campaign and Mermaid's story. So that's what I'm imagining. We're gonna see how Ada came to the Ark because she arrived before Jill and Claire. So let's see, right? What's his name? Merciless Judge. Gluttony, it looks like this, right?
Can you buy me some time? I'll give you comprehensive instructions.
Ooh,
Police Officer Poli is here. Let me be your escort.
thank you.
You stars. Let's finish the mission.
Way too easy.
Not bad. Looking forward to our next mission together.
Dubstep's going in. Jill's holding it down. According to Anderson, another job well done. Both the D-Wave and Neo-Virus incidents have been resolved. Is it really over? Anderson replies yes, at least on the surface. I have a few questions. Feel free to ask. Does that mean that we're going to get answers, Anderson? Yeah. He can only answer within the limits of what can be disclosed. Yeah, I already knew. Understood. Well then, first, about the D-Wave. Do you know why Gatekeeper woke up even though there was no battle? Anderson has a hunch, but he suspects the Gatekeeper may have awakened after experiencing a dream it found Satisfied. What does that mean? Or perhaps it was a nightmare? Like everything involving the Neo-virus being resolved? Possibly. During the next D-Wave event, we'll get a chance to verify. Crossover confirmed. Now I've got some more questions. During the mission, we encountered a strange monster that was a fusion of a Rapture and a Nikke. Remember I brought that up? Has their identity been uncovered? He's not at liberty to discuss that. Don't you know who I am? If I really wanted to, I could find that answer out. See? That's exactly what I was thinking. It wasn't the Neo-virus that caused it. Yeah, it's got something to do with the 4 Beasts, doesn't it? So it wasn't infected with the Neo-virus? Nope. See, he don't want to answer any more questions. He's telling me to get some rest. Digging too deep. Come on, I already called it. It's something to do with the 4 Beasts. With what they're trying to do, making a new queen. With how we saw those Rapture and Nikke fuse parts. Oh, seeing Mana? You know what? I was also thinking Mana's gonna get a new skin soon. New costume. According to Mana, all the vitals are normal. So I can head back to the commander's room? No issues. Cool. By the way, how's Deipara? Since she was directly injected with the virus, you still need to continue monitoring her? However, it's unlikely to affect her daily life. She's appreciative for the vaccine sample I provided, and the research is progressing smoothly. And I'm glad to hear it. What about the fluid from the Rapture's body? Are you analyzing that too? She's not at liberty to discuss. I dig it. She's not authorized to answer that. Yep, I figured. I'll stop bothering you and peace. Before I dip, what's up? Would I like to speak with Deipara? Are you feeling better? Oh, thanks to me? No, it was a lot of us that helped out there. Quiry was here only a moment ago. I just missed her. She was. She says she'll keep stopping by from time to time. She's probably just looking out for you. Yeah, especially after everything that's happened. Still, you're grateful to me and everyone else? We stopped your mother before she could cause any more damage. You think you failed? You tried to take responsibility for her sins, and you tried to stop her any way you could. And this is how it turned out? Deipara points to the injection mark on her neck with a self-deprecating smile. If only she hadn't tried to fix everything on her own. If she had gone to the police. If she had told the central government, none of this would have happened. This is all because she tried to protect her mother. All those people in that mansion, and in the Ark. Deipara, that wasn't your fault. Deipara lowers her head and cries for a long time. All I can do is pat her on the back. I didn't know you made a promise to Quiry. What was it? She promised that she'd take responsibility for what happened? What do you mean by take responsibility? If she can become a police officer and stop something like this from ever happening again, maybe that can be her way of atoning for what happened. But she's not sure if she'll actually make it. Her grades in school aren't that great. You'll be fine. It's what's inside you that matters. What's inside? Okay, she's gonna give it her best shot. Gambate kudasai. On the way back to the commander's room, the streets are abuzz with nocturnal noise. All the pedestrians have no idea what it takes to keep things this way. Memories of the mansion come flooding back. In order to stop the plot devised by the Torch of Salvation, Nikkes and people from another world fought alongside each other. Thanks to them, this place can remain peaceful. As my reminiscence comes to a close, my talk with Deipara lingers in my mind. Atonement, huh? I have to keep trying. Harder than before. No taking the easy way out. I need to do whatever I can, as best as I can. With renewed resolve, I close my eyes. Ada, Chill, and Claire. I hope that one day they can return to their normal everyday lives. Reborn evil. And it's the sound of the rain. Kay's asking Dee what she's staring at. If she's taking in the rain? She's not. She's taking cover from it? Kay's confused. Dee is asking Kay if she checked. Kay did. So what does Kay think? That's what Kay wants to know what Dee thinks. According to Dee, justice must be carried out. Ada gave Dee the USB, and Kay thinks that should be enough. X created the Torch of Salvation. He took those research papers detailing the T-virus experiments and placed them on that altar found on the surface. It proves he's the one who orchestrated this whole thing. Now, Kay doesn't know if there's any point in proving all this though. Dee replies it doesn't matter, she's not using it yet. So, what is Dee's plan? She needs to keep this hidden, so it's ready when she needs it? Is that somebody walking? Dee takes the USB from Kay and walks into the darkness. Kay's asking if she's gonna uphold justice then. Not bad. Respectable. Kay walks off in the opposite direction. Only the sound of rain remains in the back alley. Battle suit?
My turn. Take this.
The default is fire. Okay, wait a second. Let's break it down. This classic is from the original Resident Evil 3. This is from the remake. This
The key to a successful mission? You just have to outlast the bastard.
She's dropping her wisdom. This is from Resident Evil 5. When she was thought to be dead, but Wesker was controlling her with this device on her chest. Let's get it, baby.
Comprehensive instructions.
I'm looking forward to it. Chill, Valentine. You ready to be mine? Ooh, the fake out? You love to see it. First and foremost, thank you.
I'm Jill, a member of STARS. Don't even think of calling me honey or princess. Not unless you're looking to get hurt.
Okay, copy that. Let's see if Ada will come through now and then it'll be complete. Ada! What? Okay, thank goodness. Oh, please, please.
I may be a mass production model.
Tetra? Thank you. Thank you.
The name's Ada. We're after the same thing, so we might as well work together.
For sure. Twice? The karma. Thank you. Thank you.
The name's Ada. We're after the same thing, so we might as well work together.
Excellent. Claim it. Oh, word on. Let's go back and put on these costumes. Oh yeah, I like this one better because this is the one that she's wearing in Resident Evil 4.